Hi, everybody. It's Honest John. Now, I know that out there in America, we have smart people with guns, responsible people with guns, people who like to hunt or target shoot or feel the need to have a gun to defend their home and families. These people understand that things like background checks or limiting the size of magazines is not a problem for them. But they're, like most Americans, they're pretty quiet on the subject. And they've let the gun debate be dominated by the crazies. I would like to think that the smart, sane gun owners are the majority, but it's real hard to tell. For example, I'm told that most NRA members favor sensible gun regulation. Now, I don't know where those statistics come from. All I know is that they let people like Wayne LaPierre and Ted Nugent represent them. If they are so smart and sane and sensible, how come their leaders are paranoid nutcases? And then there are the people who insist that they're going to spring into action and save us all from the bad guys, even though the only things they've ever shot at have been targets and harmless animals. They have no training in how to deal with an actual gunfight, but they're going to stop the bad guys. But people who actually have training, soldiers and policemen, they don't always get it right. When the shooting occurred at the Empire State Building, the police, who have received training in dealing with these situations, they shot 9 innocent people. If trained police officers can screw up that badly, all those NRA guys are going to do is add to the body count. And then there are the people who insist they're going to rise up and protect us from an oppressive government. They don't seem to have noticed that there is no country in the world that can stand up to the U.S. military. None. Do you really think that the NRA is going to provide a problem for them? And oh, by the way, they've had a bunch of chances to stand up for the people against an oppressive government, and they've basically passed on each one. When the Patriot Act was passed, giving the government unprecedented right to snoop into our privacy, even to go into libraries and find out what books we're reading. I didn't see anybody with guns at the library doors protecting us. When the Bush administration started its illegal wiretap program, and our chicken shit Congress then made it legal, I guess I missed the uprising. Oh, and when our government started torturing people, that's the worst thing that a government can do. That's the greatest assault against our Constitution. I didn't notice anybody rising up and shooting Donald Rumsfeld and Dick Cheney and George W. Bush. And I would have been with them if they'd have supported that. Instead, they went out hunting rabbits. And when NDAA passed, giving the government the right to illegally detain American citizens, you know who stood up and defended our freedom? It wasn't anybody with guns. It was lawyers and judges. And when the red states tried to take away the right to vote from millions of legal Americans, once again, it was lawyers and judges defending our democracy, not one person with a gun. And it's not guns that are preventing women from losing their rights to choose. Now, that's over half the U.S. population that is threatened with losing their right to choose what they're going to do with their body. And nobody with guns is protecting them. Instead, it's those wimpy, unarmed liberals. You know, the Middle East is awash with guns. And yet the governments over there are the most oppressive in the world. It doesn't seem like having a gun is protecting those people from their governments. And as far as our people go, I mean, they're so dumb that you can take away every single one of their rights. Every one of them. And as long as they have their guns, they'll think they're free. Thanks for listening.